Karam is in the studio with me. He's a marriage and family therapist. We spent a few minutes talking about how to break that news to kids about public events, but can we shift gears to something else? It is tax day.
Yeah, also
Dr.
something very stressful. Couples and taxes, 15th of April, and the deadline tonight at midnight. So some suggestions and tips. Probably if you've waited, you're already out of luck. But a lot of couples look at this time and say, man, this is a stress every year. I do not want to be at this spot again next year. So one thing you can do is, if possible, especially if it's creating a lot of stress, you want to have that dialogue about the taxes and communicating around the finances well in advance of next year. Lots of traditional gender roles, marriage, one person handles the money, so the other partner doesn't feel like they have access to it. They see their partner struggling, and it's really hard to find your place. So you want to have a shared way of talking about the money. And when in general, if you can farm it out as far as to your CPA or your tax preparer, lots of people say, oh, I can do it myself. It's not that hard. But
a lot of people avoid talking about money before they get married because they're in love, the pink clouds around them, and then later the issues come up because, he likes to go to, whatever, the boat or what. And there's certain things that just didn't come out. Right. You still need to have that management meeting sooner or later and say, how are we going to make it on what we have coming in?
Exactly. And don't count your chickens, as they say, in the sense that a lot of people expect a big return and they're not getting it. So then they have to distribute their money differently. So when in doubt, if you have the ability to farm out to a tax preparer or CPA, you should do that. You can also use, is very common, this tax software, TurboTax or what have you, and that instead of having to crunch the numbers yourself, prepares things in more of an interview style in the sense that it collects the data from you and crunches the numbers themselves with the software. So if you can do that, and also when in doubt, if you know you're going to need some extra extension, there's also filing and extension, which is very helpful. But you want to have a dialogue. Both people in the relationship, whether one is more instrumental than not, should know the money situation. There should be complete financial disclosure, so you should know what's coming on. And lots of people, especially if they own their own business or doing things on the side, when in doubt, it depends on the type of marriage you're in, but you want to disclose to your partner how you're taking deductions, what you're deducting for. You want to be consistent. Everybody, knock on wood, dreads an audit in the sense that you want to prepare not just yourself, but your whole relationship for that. So if you do run your own business, you just want to understand, you want your partner to understand how you're doing the books, how you're reporting. And the best way to do that, again, is to have an ongoing dialogue and, again, meet with an outside third party that specializes in that.
It's always tough to talk about money issues. Money, politics, and religion.
And sex.
And sex. That's true. In a marriage. People can find Dr. Eli Karam online. It's EliKaram.com, Karam, president of the Marriage and Family Therapists here in Kentucky. Good to see you again, Dr. E.
Good to see you. See you in a couple of weeks, hopefully under better circumstances.
Well, indeed. All right, thanks. Appreciate that. Eli Karam there.